great guest here. This is Michael from Braiden Consulting law firm in Moscow. Hello, Michael.
Hey Igor, what's up? How are you doing? I'm good. What about you?
I'm also good. It was really nice to meet you in person, guys. I went actually
Yeah.
inside a real Moscow law firm, Braiden Consulting, inside their office, and we had talks about not only business. We talked about general life, work life as a lawyer in Russia, which was really great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that was really awesome. So see you next time here as well when you'll be in Russia.
For
In Moscow.
sure, and you guys can check the video out on the channel. So Michael is doing a lot of work with different kind of expats, foreigners, travelers, businessmen, whoever, foreigners inside Russia. And one of the hot topics right now is the temporary residency permit or shared value visa. I think you're gonna explain a bit. And this is the hot topic, and we have here once again new updates. And first of all, let us know what is this, for those who don't know and who are interested. What is this visa about, and for whom it's intended?
Yeah, sure. Well, let's start from the scratch, right? The idea is that right now, if you are a citizen of a so-called unfriendly country, so there's a list of unfriendly countries. There are 47 of them. So if you're a citizen of one of these countries, then you can apply for the temporary residence permit on the ground of shared, moral and family values. Now, there
What's
is like
the target audience for that? Who are the people, for example? Are the ones who just not satisfied, looking for a new beginning, or those who want to stay in Russia for a longer time, or all of them?
well, in the application for the temporary residence permit, we will indicate that the legal ground of getting this temporary residency is the decree number 702, and this decree is about shared moral and family values of Russia. So basically, if you feel, I don't know, oppressed or something like this in your home country, and you want to live in Russia, raise your children here, and you share the traditional values, let's say, then yeah, this is your this is the right legal ground for you. So there is a difference if you're already here or you're still outside or in your home country. So the idea is that if you're already here in Russia with any type of visa, you can apply for this temporary residence permit using this legal ground. But the most important part is that your visa, again, any type of visa, must be issued before the 1st of September this year. Let's say if it's issued in August, then you can freely apply for the temporary residence permit using this legal ground. Option number two, if you're outside of Russia and you're about to get a new visa and you want to use this legal ground, then you should, get a special type of visa. Actually, it's called private visa for shared values. Yeah, this is a 3 months visa. So let's say if you're in Finland right now, you should contact Russian consulate service, and basically they would stamp you a private visa for shared values. So thus you could come to Russia and apply for this temporary residence permit. I will tell you more details on how to apply for this private visa in your home country. But right now, I just want to mention that last week, one of our clients, he's from Italy. So he had his, if I'm not wrong, he had a business visa, a short-term business visa, and he successfully was accepted by the migration authorities for this temporary residence permit on this new law. So yeah, again, he had just a business visa, just a regular one, and then he applied successfully. So that means that after 4 months, he will get his temporary residence permit. This is the thing.
And when you apply, so that's the time you should actually stay in Russia waiting for that RVP temporary residence permit, right? You have to be in the country.
That's right. So the thing is that when you'll be accepted, they would give you the official paper, the acceptance letter, and so uh, with this acceptance letter, you can prolong your legal stay in Russia, even if your visa would be, expired. So no stress. You can
What
stay.
if your visa doesn't expire? If it's like a 1 year business visa, can you
That's good.
leave and come back if it's issued before 1/9?
Well, yeah. Again, with particularly business visa, you can stay for 90 days within a period of 180 days, right?
Yeah, I had
But
that.
yeah, if it's a multiple entry visa, yes, you can exit Russia. There is no restriction. But actually, if you're asking me, I would advise you to stay here in Russia and wait for your temporary presence permit because um, there are certain legal grounds for refusal to give you this temporary residence permit. So I would say main two of them, right? So the first one, if you would give them fake documents, please don't do that. And secondly, if you would provide a false information. So here, one of the needed documents for the temporary residence permit is your registration, is your temporary registration. So this document, this little document, reflects your place of your stay.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's imagine that, yeah, you've got accepted. Now you need to wait 4 months, and you decide to leave Russia. So you decide to exit Russia. The migration authorities, actually the local police, they may make a visit to this place of stay. And if you won't be there, right, or nobody can tell that, yes, this guy, so Igor lives here, everything's okay. In this case, it may be considered as providing false information, so thus they could refuse to give you
Mm-hmm.
the temporary presence permit. Again, there is no law that states that you have to be here, but it's just better to be here, just to
I got you. Yeah.
yeah, it's safer. And yeah, by the way, the I would say one of the biggest advantages of this new law is that you don't have to pass Russian language, history, and legislation exam. So yeah,
It's very
before
made easy for anybody who's interested and anybody who's well in
yeah,
the certain well fits the bill, so to say.
yeah,
Fits
because
the characteristics somehow descriptions for the for those who
yeah,
listen.
Russian language is not that easy to learn. You can speak Russian, and we know about it. But yeah, uh, I would say for like 80% of our clients, that was a
Big
big
problem.
challenge.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, it's we actually advise to learn Russian language because if you're about to live in Russia, of course, it's better to know this language in, I mean, basic stuff, right? But yeah, for the temporary residence permit, you don't need, with this new law, you don't need to
Hmm.
pass Russian language history and legislation exam. However, if you're planning eventually to apply for the permanent residence permit, and that would be possible after holding a temporary residence permit for at least 8 months, so then you have to pass this Russian language history and legislation exam. So, but it's up to you. Yeah, you can live with a temporary residency for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what. And so first step is we're gonna go into the process in a second, but you wanted to hear about my visa experience here in
Yeah,
Finland with the Russian consulate. So you, just like me, would have to actually apply for this if it's after if you don't have a visa before 1st of September. You have to apply for a new special visa, which is a private visa. But I
sure.
didn't do that because my visa is a different visa. I have a family visa, which is a 12. It's a really good one, actually, but
Yeah,
same process in many ways. You apply. It might differ on the country base, but basically you go to a consulate page,
yeah,
find the visa thing site. You me just chose what kind of visa I'm applying for. Fill in the online application and also bring that application printed out with all the needed documents. For me, it was like marriage and the apostille, that type of stuff. But for you, for private visa, and I guess you said there's a special brackets part, which states that it's this shared values visa. So you choose that, and you just follow the steps and the necessary documents. Also, I think they inform you what kind of documents you must bring, and then you choose. Just like me, I'm telling also how you do it, but also I'm telling how I did it. You choose an online meeting, online, time. You find a schedule available times that you could come in and actually bring the documents and make the payment, and then you get they take all your information, take the documents, and give you information when can you pick it up from the same consulate with your passport. So that's for me it went very easy. I had a little bit of help. What kind of documents did I need it translated and apostilled, and I had them ready. One of the things, of course, from the whole stay, I need also how do you call it, I forgot the word. That's in case something happens to you.
Insurance
For the whole stay and these type of things. And then you pay pay. For me, family visa is 240 euros. It lasts 12 months. And it took me 10 days and I received, or 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks and I received the, yesterday actually, the passport with my visa. So I can go back to Mother Russia.
Again. And now you'll see what is the difference in terms of getting this private visa for shared values. Because, well, the biggest difference is that for any type of visa, you need to have an invitation. And there is no invitation for a shared values private visa.
Okay, yeah.
And also here, let me introduce my colleague. So his name is Oleg. Also, Oleg, he's my colleague, and also he's a Russian language teacher. So he provides free lessons for English-speaking folks who would like to learn Russian. And I think that, you may also join his lovely, lessons. So that would be really useful for you guys who want to relocate to Russia and live here. And he would tell you some, technical stuff. And briefly, yes, first you have to fill out the online application form. Then there is the special thing, which is a letter about yourself. And so then they appoint a certain date for an interview. So there will be an interview at the consulate service. You should go there, and after the interview, you would just leave your passport and your letter about yourself. You will just sign it and wait until they stamp you a private visa. So let me ask my colleague Oleg to join us. Okay.
Awesome. I see you in a Hello, Oleg. Nice to meet you. This is the first time I meet you from Braiden Consulting family. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here. And I would like to talk about some details because I accompany our clients, and there are like three major stages. So three major documents, I would say. The first one is the most important, to get it outside of Russia. It's a police clearance, and in different countries it has different names. It could be, in UK, Australia, it's called police certificate. In the United States, it's called FBI background check, and so on. And in Austria and Germany, it's Strafregisterbescheinigung, and Extrait de casier judiciaire. В Бельгии, Франции и так далее. То есть нужно понять, it's better to understand, to know the name of the document, and it should be apostilled. So that's, it takes from 2 days in Australia to get this document to up to 8 weeks in the United States. And also it's sometimes it's a problem to deliver it to Russia. So sometimes it takes the same time as to get it the document and then to have an apostle on it, and then at the same time, then the same period of time to get it delivered to Russia.
Do you know if is the police or if FBI or whoever you're asking this certificates from, are they interested for the reasons? Are they, because some people might be, well, in this time of age, people might be stressed that you're actually moving to Russia and not willing to tell that, or would not like to tell it unless asked. So are they asking what is it for?
Well, usually you apply online on their site for FBI or special sites, governmental sites, and they may ask. And actually, there is a life hack. So I was told that people should may say that it's for Poland, so it's okay, it works.
Okay.
So they don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the our authorities will accept it if it's issued for Poland. Yeah.
Okay. I think I don't think there's any, people are really stressed because they believe the media what they say, but I think the governmental people are fine. You can even say what it's actually for, which is like Russian visa or whatever, something Russia related. They probably just gonna do their job. I think it's no stress. That's my personal thought. Anyway, so what's the next things in the process?
Yeah, we have actually quite a few of our clients receive that type of visa quite easily. I mean, somewhere you should go there twice. You should insist. Yep, like maybe in some consulate offices, but they do give. They have a like procedure for that, so it's easy. And you see, people apply online, so they fill in online visa application, so it doesn't go anywhere except outside the embassy.
Yep.
Yep.
So what's the other things that people who are now in the process?
Yeah, two other things. I mean, I don't count making photos here or photocopies. But everybody should pass the medical check. So in Moscow, it's one place, one location. They give you 3 certificates. Well, usually you can appoint it like in 2 working days. So today we can appoint a medical check for next Monday, and then you go there, pass it, and then you get the certificates like in a week.
So this is inside Russia. You have to do it in Russia.
Yeah. So in Moscow, it's this way. In other cities, actually, if you want to apply, if you want to live like in St. Petersburg or in Samara or wherever else, then you'll have to pass this medical check there.
Local, so, right?
Yeah. And another thing is notarized translations of 2 documents, usually 2. It's your passport with the latest stamp of arrival. So it can be done when you arrive in Russia. And the second one is police clearance, police certificate. So it takes time, but we usually 2 days or so. And not every translator can do it properly, so we recommend some translators who know the very strict requirements of the migration center. So there should be no extra comma or hyphen or whatever. So it should be it's very strict. And also,
Russia is interesting in bureaucracy because you would say it's very often super strict. But then they have super big surprises when they say, I don't care. It's usually in very unexpected situations. Not in this case, but I'm talking about life in Russia in general. It's very strict, but sometimes when it comes to the right person, it's, I don't care. I don't want to. I don't care, and you're like, okay. And I had like lots of papers prepared and they just tell you, just go. I don't.
Just this morning we had our clients went to the medical check and there were 4 people accepting the documents, and one of them said, well, I don't need this one. The other one would say, I need this for sure. So
exactly.
But it's better to have it because we have like complete lists and we help. And also there's a problem on the one side. on the one hand, they our clients should not know, they don't have to know Russian. But in Russia, even though so many people study language for a long time, it's one of the least speaking English speaking country in the world. So
yeah.
it's not easy. So we sometimes, if our workload allows, we can help. We help our clients because to get that medical check or to go to the migration center, we, accompany them online on the phone or in person because they would not go through that by themselves.
Yep. All right, medical check, and what else? And is there a third one, or was this the third one?
Translations. Notarized translations of 2 documents. It could be 3: birth certificate for kids or for adults, also, because birth certificate is the most frequently asked additional document by immigration offices, especially for women who change their last names. So it most probably will be required. So we highly recommend to have this apostilled and then in hand.
I know that these apostles and translations are, for example, when I did my first apostle, they had the Russian consulate actually did it for me. I actually did it on with a private translator. And when I came to make apostle for it, they say we're gonna do it ourselves. So they actually translated it again and actually took a little bit money for it. But at least I knew that it's gonna 100% correct because it was done by at the consulate, and they also apostle for me. But I don't know, is this the case in every country? But I'm just sharing my experience.
Well, there's a difference between apostle and legalization and not translation. So it's a bit different. So all official documents in foreign languages should be either be apostilled or legalized. So that can be done by government and authorities. But notarized translation just needs a translator and a notary. That's it.
Yeah.
And it costs like a couple of thousand rubles for a document. So it's easy.
Which is couple of 10, 20. 1,000 is approximately
20, 30 euro for a document.
Yes.
So 2 documents, usually it's about like 50, 60 euro. And we have, those translators do it quickly. So usually 2-3 days, depending on their workload.
So are you suggesting that you do, once you get those things that you must get from your home country, like police certificate, then are you suggesting that you come to Russia with this private visa for the shared values and do the translations inside Russia?
It should be done here because the translation of the passport should contain the latest step of arrival. So
okay, yeah,
can work. Yep.
All right, and then you just I have also a video with Mikhail that's all the steps, like very specifically. So basically there's a lot. You just mentioned one of the biggest things in the beginning of the process, but there are many more, of course, in this process, and we don't need to go through them in this video, but I'm going to link the video below with all the steps in this shared values process.
Yeah, but also I would say that if you go with kids, then you should have their birth certificates apostilled and, like marriage certificate apostilled. So all the documents which will be needed to identify kids and their parents, they will have to be apostilled. Yeah.
It seems that this process, there's a lot of small details in this, and one thing that you offer is actually you guide through whole the process and giving the legal help and also just support through the whole system. I feel that the best option to make it correct at once is like use the link below. We're going to talk with Michael about it, but use the link below and start the process with you. This way there's no surprises once you enter to Russia. There's some like a very key document missing, for example, and you technically you can go back because you need to start the process again. Yes.
Yeah, there are some nuances, and we know about them, and we can help with them. Yeah, because if you come here and you have something missing, then it's a problem usually.
Yep. Yep.
Takes months, but the visa itself is 90 days long, and the police certificate, police clearance, is also 90 days long, valid for 90 days. So it just doesn't live, especially if it's like New Year holidays in Russia. So you can, you know, you will have like 2 or 3 weeks of holidays. So
yeah, true. Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to point out from the process?
No. Yeah, I think later in the process we'll talk about. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Very
Thank you
good
for
to hear.
having me. Yeah, and
we will get back to you in some video later on. Thank you. Thank you a lot, Oleg.
Yeah. Thank you, Igor. Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye. It was very good to hear and meet Oleg also. Very nice, interesting details within details. And there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of steps that we've gone through. Is there any updates in this whole process that you want to, or in this decree that you want to mention? And also you had, do you want to once again bring up the successful shared values visa or permit? Success story.
The biggest update that I've just already told you that we've got a client who was successfully accepted with his business visa for the temporary residence permit, which is a huge deal. So this rule works, thanks God, and and the rest of the cases. So right now we have, I think, around 20, 30 families, something like this. Lots of families, and also single.
You mean in line waiting?
Not waiting, but we're implementing the cases. So that means that some of them have already got their shared values visas. So and they're about to come here to Russia and apply for the temporary residence permit. Some of them are just waiting to get these private visas. You see, the thing is that Russian consulate services in different countries right now they have different visions on how to actually proceed. Okay, so let's say in the UK and US they don't ask for insurance. However, for example, in Ireland they do. So it's again it's really interesting for us as lawyers because we face different requirements, which is kind of interesting. It's hard to get an appointment in Russian consular service in UK. So you should have just make it online and get the appointment date. But no, they don't answer. So one of our clients just went there in person, knocked on the door, and said, "Hey guys, I want my shared values visa," and only that's how he got this appointment actually. So he just left his passport there, and they would stamp it. I think before December 15th or something like this. So again, that's why it's kind of been beneficial to hire lawyers to know all these details, because actually there is no difference if you're here with any type of visa issued before the 1st of September, or you're outside and you're just willing to get the shared values visa. The cost for our service of accompanying the procedure is the same. I mean that if you're right now in Finland, right, and you want to get this private visa, then it's included in our normal cost for the temporary residence permit. So we'll tell you, we would actually fill out this online application form for you. We would, advise on how to better, write about yourself in this letter about yourself.
Yep.
And and all of these things. Also, we have partners who can do the insurance just within like a couple of hours, and so etc. This is the thing. So one document you should get in your home country, which is police clearance. We advise to get, as Alek already told you, the birth certificate if it's possible, also with the postal. And yeah, if we're talking about families, then for sure you need to get all the birth certificates and marriage certificates as well. Here in Russia, we will collect the rest of the documents. We will fill out the application form for the TRP, which is the main document here. And then you'll get a migration card at the border control. You will make the registration within 7 business days when you arrive in Russia. State fees less than 20 euros. It's like 1,900 rubles. For those, what else? You don't need to pass Russian language exam. That's good. And basically that's it. All documents must be translated into Russian and notarized here in Russia by the Russian notary. And then you can apply. So the main task is to apply while you have your valid visa, as I already mentioned, right? And then you can stay here with the prolongation after acceptance of your documents. Yeah, this is the idea.
And like I said, you should, there's a lot of nuances and details, and you accompany all the way. And with our collaboration, there's a special link for, actually they can use the link to contact if they're just interested and have some questions, like or if they're like have decided and want to proceed, use the same link, and it's in the description, and I'm also gonna pin it into the comment section, so go check it out. Contact Braiden Consulting. And also, if you decide to continue, there's a little discount also with this special link.
Link. Yeah, just mention that you came from Igor, and of course we'll make a 10% discount. And by the way, about the update, just a few hours ago, the Ministry of hot news, right? So
this is just in. Hold up.
Yeah. So the Ministry of Internal Affairs gave some sort of new clarifications. They say that it's possible to apply in your home country for the temporary residence permit, not for the visa and come here, but for the temporary residence permit procedure to the Russian consulate service. So we will, of course, examine this.
Can you repeat? What does it mean?
So that means that you can apply for the temporary residence permit being in your home country. So you can submit all the documents there, so not go into Russia. However, we should check this option, because there are so many questions. It says that the consideration period is 6 months. However, here it's 4 months. But the difference is that this is the first I would say idea that came to me. They would just accept your documents, right, and then just send them to Russia for consideration, right, for checking, and then send back the result. 6 months. However, here in Moscow, here in Russia, not only in Moscow, the most important part is to be accepted while you trying to submit the ready-made package of document, because they check it while you're submitting them. This is the case. So you would definitely get your temporary residence permit after 4 months if you wouldn't give them fake documents. And here, with this new offer, like from the government, here they would just be some sort of they would act like a post office, right? So they would accept documents, send them. You have to wait 6 months, and then they can return your documents saying that, well, you've got a missing letter in some of the documents. I think that would be the case. But anyways, subscribe to Igor's channels in YouTube and in Telegram, and also to our Telegram group channel. And we would post these hot migration news on the everyday basis.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see, that's interesting, because if this works, it would help, because you don't need to have like a 3-month waiting period registration. It costs money also. being in Russia if this would work. But yes, there's a lot of like questions, like you said, and like yeah. All right, thank you so much. Very interesting, guys. You can already act. Just use the link to, or if it's like a really fast question, just write it in the comment section. I think you guys, if you, Michael, can find a little bit of time and answer if there's like it's not too detailed. Thank you so much for giving this new information about this permit. Traveling to Russia, it's nice to see you, and also to meet Oleg. So all the best to Braiden Consulting. You guys rock, and see you hopefully soon.
Thanks a lot, Igor. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me, and yeah, see you next time. Bye. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching another of my videos. I do a lot of work and showing you reality in Russia and Russia-related places. Make sure to check out the places that you're interested in with the link in the description. There's an interactive Google Maps that you can use to find other places all around the world. Thanks for watching, and leave a like, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.